On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning, Kevin Durant. You should have left California.
This Brownsexual upset me in having to bring this teenage idiot from Wisconsin into a sports conversation. Are you really surprised that the Cowboys are giving up on Ezekiel Elliott?
Whoa. Hell no! Well, no one cares about baseball.
Bitch, are you for real?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. It's time to get this party started. So let's get it started. Good morning. Welcome to the Manic Monday. The Manic Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning is here with you. And we will take you through your mid-morning sports extravaganza. On this episode, we got Ryan McCarthy at the bottom of hour 1 and Jay Spivey, of course, at the bottom of hour 2. Today's edition is being brought to you by BetUS.com. Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sports book is back and in our 30th year of action with live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props, and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service. We got it all. When you sign up and use the code Snowman, you get a 125% deposit match on that deposit. Log on to betus.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. All right. Running late. I apologize for that. Had a few things happen, but we are here. Let's get you to the whip around right now. They called it in South Florida as Lionel Messi is finally introduced to the in front of his new home crowd in the rain at DRV PNK Stadium on Sunday night. The 7-time Ballon d'Or winner revealed last month that he would play in the U.S. for David Beckham's MLS club, but the deal wasn't finalized for weeks. Meanwhile, ticket prices for the squad's upcoming game skyrocketed. Inter Miami, which currently sits at the bottom of the Eastern Conference, officially announced Messi signing Saturday and said a grand welcome for the 2022 World Champion. I really want to start training and competing, Messi said. I really want to win for this club and keep growing. Well, good luck with that. Is it the end of the road for Clayton Kershaw and Craig Counsell? Well, Clayton Kershaw is certainly headed to the Hall of Fame. Craig Counsell, who has managed the Milwaukee Brewers, will be in his team's Hall of Fame. But the only problem is, between those two, they only have one World Series title. That came in 2020 for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Is it time for Clayton Kershaw and Craig Counsell to hang him up? Only time will tell. That's our fan chat question this morning, presented by Fanatics. Is this it? Should it be time for Clayton Kershaw and Craig Counsell to hang him up? Tyreek Hill says he vows to become the first receiver to gain 2,000 receiving yards. No. Darvin Ham, the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, did not mince words when it came to Money Mike Malone and Steve Kerr. Well, Darvin Ham, they're better than you, and they've proven it. Especially Mike Malone, who coaches the world champion Denver Nuggets. Get it right. Last but not least, DeAndre Hopkins is planning to sign with the Tennessee Titans. And that concludes this morning's Whip Around, presented by Fanatics. Hey fans, listen up. Go to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and support your favorite team and player. Fanatics, where Fanatics officially license everything. I have to take an extended break, but when y'all get back, the windows are closing rapidly for a couple of NFL teams. Who are those teams? And the window I'm talking about is their Super Bowl window. Seems to me like the two best teams in the NFC are on this list for some stupid reason. I don't know what that reason is, but I will tell y'all what they think and what I think when I get back.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The thing is, until you can erase 3 Februaries, shut up. Bang! Quality over quantity. LeBron has beaten some of the best competition in NBA history. He's the GOAT emoji. I will not cuss. I will not cuss. I will not swear. I will not swear.
Where sports is the base, life and fun are the results. This is the Brian Snow Show.
Your afternoons just got better with the Brian Snow Show. Weekdays, 4 p.m. Eastern. Come on aboard and enjoy the ride, folks.
I'm in another lane. I'm a different breed. I'm everything you can never be. I'm next level. Next level.
Thursday nights are wrestling night on CSTV. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific to see all the amazing Next Level Pro Wrestling stars on Thursday Night Throwdown on CSTVNow.com and the CSTV app on your Roku device.
PK Tire Pros, your one-stop on-the-spot auto service headquarters for a complete line of quality tires and auto services. For years, we have provided the Stockton, California area with the latest products and unprecedented services for everything we sell. And for years, our customers have been coming back. Take a look around. If you don't find what you need, visit us in Stockton, California. From the latest and best in tire technology to the services required to keep your vehicle looking good and running great, PK Tire Pros can get you out on the road quickly and at an affordable price. Stop by soon to see why so many people consider PK Tire Pros to be the one-stop shop for all of their tire needs. At PK Tire Pros, our friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service professionals, and affordable prices all come together to make driving out on a new set of tires easy. On top of that, we never tire of tires. Stop by and see us, and you'll be glad you did.
We take this job so serious.
The is that? Sorry, pardon me. My apologies.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
It most certainly is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. I am he. I am Snowman. I'm Brian Snow. Welcome back. And this portion presented by SeatGeek. If you're looking for the best way to experience live events, SeatGeek has you covered. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for concerts, sports, theater, and more. Don't miss out on unforgettable moments. Download the SeatGeek app today and get ready for an experience like no other. Each ticket is vetted for authenticity, rated on a 1 to 10 scale. And right now, if you use the code Snowman, you will get $20 off of your first purchase. That's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan. So go to snowmanmultimediasports.com, click on the SeatGeek app, and that will take you to my particular area, where again, you can save $20 off of your first purchase. If this is your first time watching on YouTube, A, thank you, and B, hit the like button, C, hit that subscribe button, because the drive to 2,000 subs is on, and the target is Labor Day weekend. To the feedback zone, presented by Fanatics, Mitch Kofsky, 76er Insider, says good morning. And Victor Locke says, oh, baby, it's time again for Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Today, the guys will give hot takes with cold, hard facts, also coffee with McCarthy, and we'll compare notes with Jay Spivey. Thank you, Victor. And he says, show your love for the stars of the show. The other one will be along at the top of hour 2. Ryan McCarthy will talk about the Lionel Messi effect at the bottom of the hour, plus some CFL, and I'm sure Snowman will want to dunk on my Jets. I'm going to do that in a few moments. The big dog Shane Lake is in the house, along with the man they call Wise El Jefe and the Stuck in My Mind podcast. If you haven't had a chance to check that out, I suggest that you do go subscribe to his channel, as well as No Credentials Required with Ryan McCoffey. And if you can, donate to the stream via Super Chat, Super Sticker, or you can use the Cash App $ Tallman Dr. K50 and $ host Cole Johnson. Help your humble hosts out and help this channel out as well. Now, Sports Illustrated listed 11 teams with Super Bowl windows that might be on the verge of closing after this season. Some of these teams I agree with, some I do not. Number 11 is the Denver Broncos. They don't have a window. That number just closed. 10 is the Minnesota Vikings. That closed in 2019. You got New Orleans at number 9. Who the hell is Derek Carr throwing to? Number 8 is the Dallas Cowboys. More on them in a minute. The Baltimore Ravens at number 7. Well, long as Lamar is the running quarterback, they don't have a Super Bowl window. You got Miami at number 6. Is Tua going to be healthy? Is Tyree going to get 2,000 yards? No and no. You got the San Diego Chargers at number 5. I'll come back to them. The Buffalo Bills at number 4, but that scene is imploding. At 3, you have the Philadelphia Eagles. That window's wide open. Wide open. You got the New York Jets at number 2, and I'll stop here because the number 1 team they have on that list is the 49ers, but the 49ers window, just like the Eagles, is wide open. The Jets window is closed. The New York Jets Super Bowl window is slammed shut. Aaron Rodgers or no Aaron Rodgers, period. They have no Super Bowl window. Why? They have no offense. Why? They have no Breece Hall. No Breece Hall, no offense, period. I don't care if Aaron Rodgers is the starting quarterback for the New York Jets. Who's going to protect him? Part 1. Part 2, who are they going to hand the ball to if Breece Hall doesn't come back healthy? And that's a big if. And 3, who's to say that Aaron Rodgers won't hold this team hostage if he doesn't get his way? The New York Jets do not have a Super Bowl window unless they totally revamp everything and center around their running game. The most powerful part of their offense is their running game. It ain't Aaron Rodgers, it's their running game. If they center around their running game, then they're cool. If not, they're screwed. Simply put. Simply put. And the number 1 team is the 49ers, and that window's wide open, quarterback situation or no quarterback situation. And I will tell you the exact reason why that 49ers window is wide open. You got one of the youngest teams in the NFL. Wise says window is shut down without a quarterback. You said that last year. It ain't shut down. Okay? Sam Darnold will be solid for us in that starting quarterback position because I have the feeling he's going to wind up starting the season while Brock Purdy heals. Brock Purdy is the quarterback of the future for San Francisco. Sam Darnold will succeed with the 49ers should he be called upon for a very simple reason. He has weapons. For the first time in Sam Darnold's career, and I'm even going back to his days at USC, Sam Darnold has weapons. They say Trey Lance is improved. I'll believe it when I see it. But that window for San Francisco is wide open, especially when you got one of the best running backs in the game in Christian McCaffrey, especially when you have one of the most dynamic receiving cores. Take a sip here. Especially when you have one of the best receiving cores in the game. Brandon Ayuk, Jawan Jennings, and of course, here come Debo. Who? Debo Samuel. Not to mention the most complete tight end in the game in George the Animal Kittle. All right? I hate to say this, but quarterback position or no quarterback position, I will trust the 49ers window. And I'm not speaking just as a fan. I'm speaking because I'm using my eyes to tell me what I see. And I said last year when they went 3-4 and they got their ass kicked by the eventual world champion Kansas City Chiefs that they needed to do something. And they turned it around. They won their last 10 and got all the way to the NFC Championship when no one predicted them to. Even when they did win 10 in a row. even when they did win 10 in a row. I'll trust that offense in the eyes of Kyle Shanahan to make it work for whomever is behind center. Trey Lance isn't ready. Sorry. When did Christian McCaffrey become one of the best running backs in the league? Well, he was already that with Carolina, but Carolina ran him into the ground. Now he's in a more diverse offense where they can use all of his ability, including catching the ball out of the backfield. Hope that answers your question, Playmaker, and good morning to you. Let's go back to number 11 with the Denver Broncos. What the hell are the Denver Broncos going to do with Russell Wilson? I mean, I know Sean Payton is their coach, okay? And Sean Payton did a hell of a job with Drew Brees, okay? But we're talking about two different animals here. And now you have Derek Carr under Sean Payton's wing. Is that really going to work? I say no. I don't think it's going to work. And then you got the situation with Alvin Kamara. How focused is he going to be this season? How focused is he going to be this season? Let's go to Miami. Oh, now he's a top two. He was a top tier running back with Carolina. I loved Christian McCaffrey, playmaker, since his days at Stanford. And I knew he was going to be one of the best in the league. I knew it. The problem was when he was with Carolina, they ran him into the dirt. He kept getting injured. I say this about all players in all sports. Your best ability is availability. Your best ability is availability. And the last 2.5 years in Carolina, he wasn't available. So, yes, I did question what Christian McCaffrey could be with Carolina. And I said then he had to get the hell up out of there. He had to get under a better system, no matter which system it was. Because you had a dynamic talent in Christian McCaffrey getting run into the ground. Getting run into the dirt. Period. And this is not just, what's up, Daniel Berry? Daniel Berry Sports Highlights joining us this morning. And this is not just because he's with my 49ers. I've said about Christian McCaffrey when he got drafted by Carolina that he was one of the best. He would be one of the best running backs in the league. I said when he got drafted, he had to get drafted to the right team. And Carolina was not that team. I mean, celebrate him. Fourth quarter talk joining us. Good morning to you. I mean, celebrate him for that 1,000 season he had in 2019. Yes. But how many miles did it put on him? Now that he's in an offense that has multiple weapons, and he's not just the only weapon. And remember, Carolina at a time had, God help me, and Victor, this is for you. For a time, Carolina had leaned on DJ Moore. Why? What the hell is he going to do? And I ask that with the Bears right now. They're trusting DJ Moore to be a number one wide receiver. I'll believe it when I see it. Period. Ben Sutter from BS3 Network joining us this morning. Let me say good morning to the folks at that who have come in. Daniel Berry in the house with us with Fourth Quarter Talk. Go subscribe to their channels, BS3 Network. Subscribe to that channel as well. But I'm not saying this just as a fan. I'm saying this because I know what my eyes have seen. And my eyes see that the Super Bowl window for the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers is wide open. Wide open. How do you go to the Super Bowl and get better? Ask the Eagles and the talent they drafted. How do you get to the NFC Championship minus a quarterback and get better and have more resolve? Ask Kyle Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers. Those two will meet for the NFC Championship. It'll be just a matter of where. So windows closing on Philadelphia and San Francisco? I think not. Those windows are wide open. They're going to remain wide open as long as they're healthy and as long as they continue to be the teams that they are. Period. Coffee with McCarthy, back in a minute.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
PK Tire Pro is your one-stop on-the-spot auto service headquarters for a complete line of quality tires and auto services. For years, we have provided the Stockton, California area with the latest products and unprecedented services for everything we sell. And for years, our customers have been coming back. Take a look around. If you don't find what you need, visit us in Stockton, California. From the latest and best in tire technology to the services required to keep your vehicle looking good and running great, PK Tire Pros can get you out on the road quickly and at an affordable price. Stop by soon to see why so many people consider PK Tire Pros to be the one-stop shop for all of their tire needs. At PK Tire Pros, our friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service professionals, and affordable prices all come together to make driving out on a new set of tires easy. On top of that, we never tire of tires. Stop by and see us, and you'll be glad you did.
Race car drivers change lanes very fast, but with no outside mirrors. How come they don't crash? Introducing Angel View, the new wide-angle mirror that reduces blind spots. Angel View simply snaps over your car's rear view mirror, giving you a 160-degree view behind you. Just look at the difference. Look, ordinary rear view mirrors are small and flat, but Angel View has a huge mirror with curved glass. This convex shape allows you to see both blind spots with one glance. And with our Pro Edition special coating, it's anti-glare at night. Get your Angel View now for just $19.99. But wait, Angel View may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Angel View is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. Once the current inventory is gone, it's gone forever. Order now.
Call 1-800-495-0761. That's 1-800-495-0761. Or visit GetAngelView.com. Order now.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
The f*** is that? Sorry, pardon me. My apologies.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
The great wise El Jefe. Gotta love it. Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson continues, 35 after the hour. And I got warned during the break. Now I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. This coffee with McCarthy is sponsored by Steph Curry Cognac. One, and it's lights out.
We're going to get some espresso this morning, folks.
All right, we're going to fight. Here's Ryan McCoffey. Good morning, sir. How are you?
We're going to playfully fight.
We're going to put him up. We're going to fight. No, I'm kidding.
Getting the fighting on. Espresso McCoffey.
What's the brew this morning, my man?
I'm still drinking the Cafe Bustelo Colombian edition. And before we go on, I did promise in the chat to Wise that I had a gift for him.
And that is?
This is Wise's swear jar. For every time he cusses on the show, he's got to give me $5 to put in this jar.
You may.
There's your $1 billion for there's your $1 billion idea right there.
Okay.
Wise. I'm just messing with you, buddy. I love Wise. He's a great dude. So
Wise.
I just wanted
awesome.
to do that this morning just to
Wise is look. Wise messes with us as much as we mess with him, and we love it. I
love Alberto Be Sure.
and more people, as I've been told over the weekend, people have reached out to me and they said, look, they love the show and they're going to tune in more. So
good.
I know the numbers will go up. It was something that worried me, and my wife said, look, people at my job are starting to hook on to you. Matter of fact, when when she went car shopping last week, they put my show on the big screen, on the monitor in the shop.
That's pretty cool. Hey,
So
look, sponsorship opportunity. Whoop, just opened up
I'm
for you.
way ahead of you.
Ah,
I'm way ahead of you. We're supposed to go there. I'm supposed to go there Wednesday. I'm coming there. I'm coming there with guns ablazing. I'm
not
coming in there.
literally, folks. Just
No.
figuratively.
I'm coming in there. Thank you. I'm coming in there
because
with
you
a
never know who
contract.
actually takes
Wait a
this
minute.
crap seriously.
Yep. I'm coming in there with a contract. I'm coming in there with a package. I'm coming in there with my notebook and ready to sign him. Julian Smith joins us. Julian, where are you talking to us from? We'll shout you out properly. He says, I believe that the Green Bay Packers Super Bowl window is closed and locked. I believe that too, and it'll never open again. Ever. Now, why are you going to fight me this morning? Let's get to it.
Because of what you said about the Jets, how the window's closed. It's not closed.
It's locked.
It's got like a little opening.
No, it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't.
Let me present my case, please. This is my segment.
I know. Did a little bit of the Irish come out when you said that?
The espresso McCoffee is here, my friend.
Oh man, the espresso McCoffee is real this morning, folks.
Oh,
all right, present your case.
All right, I'm going to present my case. So, you have not only Aaron Rodgers on your team, you have a healthy Aaron Rodgers on your team. Because you got to remember last year, he played most of the season with a broken thumb, which I believe he suffered in the New York Jets game, if I'm not mistaken.
There's your irony.
Two, there's your irony. Two, their offensive line is going to be healthy. Now, last year I said the Jets to have success on their offense, they have to be healthy on offensive line. It's the key group for any team to have success in this league. You have to be healthy on offensive line.
True.
Elijah Vera Tucker goes down.
Mm-hmm.
The scheming is for some reason the scheming is off, and thank God David Becton, who was the offensive line coach the last 2 years, is gone. They bring in I can't remember his name from the Tennessee Titans. His name escapes me for some reason. I just don't remember his name all of a sudden. But he brings his blocking scheme to the Jets, and they had a lot of success running the ball in Tennessee.
But then there's the Derek. There's the
Breece Hall situation.
Derrick Henry factor.
True, but I mean, I would consider Breece Hall a similar. I mean, he's not as big as Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's a monster.
Yeah, Keith Carter is the name you're looking for.
Keith Carter, the offensive line coach.
Offensive line coach.
Yes, there we go. So Breece Hall's coming back. He's projected to come back in week 1. I don't know what they're going to do in the meantime. I think they're going to have Michael Carter is going to be the primary back until he returns, unless they sign a Dalvin Cook or, God forbid, Ezekiel Elliott. Well, I think his days are done.
Oh, geez.
Personally, I think Zeke's days are done.
Ezekiel Elliott had one good year. You know what that was? His rookie year.
Yeah, his rookie year.
One.
Yeah.
He only had one good year. And since then, the weight of the Cowboys and the money of the Cowboys smashed him into the dirt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Next point.
Next point, their defense. Defense is
dynamite.
Was top 10 last year. Top 10.
Mm-hmm.
I think they go top 5 this year. Even with the schedule they have.
Even with the schedule they have?
Between 5 and 10. Yeah.
Listen, all I want for the Jets is 2 key victories. Beat the hell out of Bill Belichick, please.
It's got to happen.
I want the Jets to sweep the New England Patriots. Because I'm sick and tired of seeing the Jets losing to Bill Belichick and the Patriots.
Yeah,
I am sick and tired.
I'm sick of hearing from my Patriot friend. I'm sick and tired of hearing it from my friends who are Patriots fans telling me the same thing. Oh, we own your Jets. Bill owns your Jets. Bill owns your Jets.
What do you think? And I mean this playfully for a good friend of mine. What do you think Mike Debate gives me every week when we do our picks? When we talk Patriots and Jets, he's my Patriots insider. So he gets it to me on a daily basis. But that's good. I want to see that end. I want to see that end too. I want to
see that
see
end too.
Breece Hall get 1,000 yards. I want to see Breece Hall come back healthy, and I want him to get 1,000 yards. I want him to get 1,000 yards.
See, I think Breece Hall is destined to be the next 1,000 in the NFL. 1,000 yards, 1,000 yard rushing, 1,000 yards receiving. Join that pantheon of Roger Craig, Marshall Faulk, and Christian McCaffrey as the only.
I see why
running
is
backs.
not why. Okay, let's go off the board here for a minute. Why don't they get it right with Roger Craig having his space in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know
why.
I don't have the answer for you. I wish I want Roger Craig to be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know
because he was the first to do the 1,000.
Yeah,
they celebrated Marshall Faulk.
Yeah,
they celebrated Marshall Faulk with a Hall of Fame induction.
Mm-hmm.
Marshall Faulk has a Super Bowl. Roger Craig's got 3 of them.
Yep.
19, 23, and 24. Marshall Faulk has a Super Bowl win. I don't get it. And from what my insiders are telling me,
my side here.
Oh, what's up, Tagalong?
He's having a nap.
Yeah. I had Pumpkin in here for a moment, but dog goes out, Pumpkin goes out. Dog comes back in, Pumpkin just looks at me on the porch there. But I want Breece Hall can do 1,000.
He's capable of it. I think he is.
But the X factor for me, and I was totally being playful when I was talking about your Jets. The X factor for me is the health and availability of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's gonna be the end all be all this year.
Yep, that's the health and availability, and I'm not talking about just physically either. Because remember, for the last 3 years, Aaron Rodgers held the Packers hostage, and from my point of view, he wasn't as locked in as I know he can be. Can he be that locked in? That's the X factor for me, and that's the major question I have with the New York Jets. Can Aaron Rodgers refocus and get himself really locked in for this year?
I think part of it had to do with his relationship with Brian Kuhnhorst.
Yeah.
Kuhnhorst. Because that was a very contentious relationship there. Now that he's out of that situation, I think he can be that locked in guy. I mean, I've been looking at social media pictures of him. He's out and about in New York City with his teammates. He's endearing himself to his new teammates. He's building relationships. And I think once you have those relationships set, there's the sky's the limit. And that's why I think I think the window is not closed for the Jets by any means necessary. I think the window's just starting to open just a little bit.
And the big thing is that, and I mentioned it earlier, they have to be healthy.
Yep.
To compete
Number one
in
thing.
that division, because the Jets were on their way, I believe, to winning that division last year, and then the rash of injuries hit them, and it started with Breece Hall. Once Breece Hall went down, so did that offense.
And he and Elijah Vera Tucker went down with season-ending injuries in the same game in Denver.
Yeah, and that was the
ACL for
that's the offensive lineman.
Yeah, and he was that guy could have won.
Where did he play? Where did he play? Right side, left side.
He played. Well, here's the cool thing about Elijah Vera Tucker.
I think he moved around a lot, didn't he?
He moved around a lot. He moved around. He was started at right guard. In the Pittsburgh game, he played left tackle, and he allowed no quarterback pressures, no quarterback hurries. He didn't allow any sacks that game, so he's versatile. He can move about the place. Yeah. My biggest concern for the offensive line right now is left tackle. Because Dwayne Brown's coming back. Dwayne Brown's 39, is the same age as Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
he's coming off a year where he missed the first 6 weeks of the season with a shoulder injury. Had shoulder surgery in the offseason. I'm hoping he can come back to his Pro Bowl form. We don't know. Same with Mekhi Becton. He hasn't played a full season yet, and he's in his 4th season. He did not get his 5th-year option, so he has got 2 motivating factors for him in this year.
And Becton comes out of Louisville.
Louisville.
Louisville. You say it the way my wife would say it. Not Louisville. Louisville.
Yeah. So he's got 2 motivating factors for him.
Yeah.
Play a full season and get that contract for next season.
Get that and get that contract. Ryan McCarthy joining us in our Coffee with McCarthy segments presented by Invader Coffee. And the brew this morning for me, presented by Invader Coffee, is a gift from Ryan, and it is the Mexican chocolate version. And I have to tell you, like I told you in the chat, I'm hooked. I'm hooked.
Good.
So
I
I'm gonna.
think with the
You
Invader
owe
Coffee
me a
is just
video
a
commercial,
huge.
buddy.
What's that?
You owe me a video commercial, buddy.
That's true. That's true. That's true. But
Because I asked, and I know you. I know you're busy. I know that, but I'm just trying to get everything caught up here, especially since my vacation week, and B, I basically missed the week after because of my wife's injury, and I was in and out of the office. So there's a lot I got to catch up on, and I can't do it in the span of 4 hours today, even though I got a full list from That's the bad part. I have a full list here. I'm actually organized this morning. I got the schedule for the show here. I got my live reads here. I got my break that I get from noon to 4 of everything I need to do, including my downtime, and I still can't get everything done.
that's the worst part of it. So I do want to talk about this Lionel Messi effect real quick before we move on to the CFL. Great weekend in the CFL. If you missed it,
I saw it. I'll put Lionel Messi's event to rest. They introduced him in Miami. He got a roaring applause. Next.
Okay, so I went to. I'm a New York Red Bulls fan. I was a season supporter in 2016. I went to a bunch of their games.
Yeah,
MLS soccer live is so much fun because you get the crowd, you get the atmosphere, you get the crowd, and it's just it's fun. So I went to New York Red Bulls, the website. I went to Ticketmaster.
Yep.
Because they're scheduled to play Inter Miami on August 26th.
And how expensive are the tickets?
Section 220, section 2 for one ticket in section 221, row 14.
Where do the Bulls play? What's
Red Bulls? They play at Red Bull Arena in Harrison, New Jersey. It's right across the river from New York.
Okay.
So for one ticket, section 221, row 14, a verified resale ticket on Ticketmaster, $290 for
There's
one ticket.
One.
I'm
almost afraid to ask what the let's change this a little bit. What's the effect of Jets tickets now with Aaron Rodgers in tow?
Well, let me for that was the lowest price for the best seats though. For the best seats, section 126, row 1, which is basically center field.
Yep.
One ticket.
One ticket. Here we go.
$10,000.
I knew it.
$10,000. Basically a used car. You pay a used car to go watch Lionel Messi play against the New York Red Bulls.
I'll take the used car for 10,000, please.
Yeah, right.
And listen, I have nothing against this. I have nothing against outdoor soccer. Believe me, I don't. I mean, I did a outdoor soccer game that started with clear skies. I remember this. It was October. It had clear skies. I got to the stadium with no problem. By the time double overtime was over, and it was a state playoff game. By the time it was over, it went double overtime. Whitney Young lost 1-0, and I was going home in a downpour.
Ugh.
I was soaked to the bone when I got home. And that was one of the few times I didn't have a car to get to my event. And I made myself a promise then. I'm not doing any other event. And I lived in Chicago at the time. I said I wasn't doing any other event unless I had wheels. And what happened a week later? I got wheels.
You got wheels.
Yeah, my late aunt left her car to me. So mom and dad got the title set up and the plates, and the next thing I knew, my dad's like, I have something for you, courtesy of your aunt. And I went out front, and there's a Buick Regal waiting for me, and he handed me the keys, and of course I took off, and I didn't come back for the rest of the day. Snowman in the Morning brought to you by BetUS.com. Listen up, sports bettors. They're in their 30th year of action. Log on to BETUS.com. And if you sign up today, you get a 125% deposit match. What are you pointing to? Your microphone?
The Bet US.
Oh, yeah. This. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, right there. Bet US.
Right there. Yep. If you're looking to sponsor the show with a full 300-degree spots available, video and audio, email snowmaninthemorning@gmail.com for more information. And if you want to help sponsor this segment, Coffee with McCarthy, same email address applies. Okay. What's this? You had some CFL news to disclose, and that is
so. I so much news, but I think we just had the best weekend in CFL football probably in the last 3 years.
I believe it. I watched Dustin Crum.
Oh my gosh,
Player of the weekend. Dustin Crum was the player of the weekend for me.
Until Jake Meyer came along.
Listen, for me, Dustin Crum is the player of the week because there was no way he should have brought that. And first of all, many prayers to Jeremiah Masoli.
And Trevor Harris. And Trevor Harris too.
Because Harris took a smash.
Not only that, his leg bent backwards. Oh,
listen, when I saw that and Masoli's injury, I felt for them both. I felt for them both. It's kind of like what Nathan Rourke went through last year with the BC Lions.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get to the Lions in just a moment. But Jeremiah Masoli and Trevor Harris, man, may they heal. May they really heal because Masoli was coming back from a major injury.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's got another one.
Yeah.
Is this the end for Masoli?
I hope not, but I think
I hope not too.
When you think about your career in football, the average career in football doesn't last that long. Last maybe 2 or 3 seasons. And Masoli's managed to go from team to team. He's done great. He's been a major factor in when he's been on the field. But last year he had that knee injury because he got run over by some guy. I can't remember his name, but that's neither here nor there because he's out of the league now.
Yeah, and he got smashed to bits.
Yeah, and
smashed to bits.
It's just so weird that how the human body works is that you plant your foot wrong, and there goes your Achilles. And that's what happened to Masoli last week.
It's the Achilles that's taken Masoli out.
Yeah.
What's the injury? I saw the injury to Trevor Harris. Did they specify what it was?
I think he might have blown out his knee because he went for a run to get the first down against Calgary, and it looked like he was going to slide, but his knee must have went the wrong way, and it just and he was carted off the field. So,
and I'm suspecting Harris is done for the year.
Yeah, probably. But Isaiah Fine, he did a pretty good job coming in as a relief role. Almost led the Riders to a victory. I watched the highlights of that game, and then he threw that long bomb for a touchdown, and then Mayer we left too much time on the clock.
And then Mayer just walked right down the field and got within range of Paredes, and Paredes nailed the game winner as time expired.
Yep.
But I think Dustin Crum gets the player of the week because he's the fourth string. He was a fourth-string quarterback.
Yeah.
Masoli had just come back. Masoli goes down. Ottawa trailed 25-9. 25-9.
They had -5 yards in the first quarter.
Yes.
Net yards.
-5
net yards.
-5 net yards. And Dustin Crum said, F all of that. Walked this team down the field for the tying score with no time left. And they had to get the 2-point convert.
Yep.
Now, remember, they trailed 25-17 with less than a minute to play, and he had to take his team 90 yards.
He went 6 for 6 on that drive.
Yes, and found the receiver with no time left. And then Winnipeg gets a field goal, 28-25, and Dustin Crum from 29 yards out flies into the end zone, and Ottawa beats Winnipeg 31-28, which drops Winnipeg to 4-2 on the year. The two best teams right now are the Toronto Argonauts, who are undefeated, and the BC Lions.
Yeah.
And right now, that's your Grey Cup.
So far, right? Hey, let's see what
happens.
Right now,
that's your Grey Cup.
Happens in November.
Toronto would have the advantage because they smashed the BC Lions.
Yeah.
By 21.
Here's the crazy thing about that Ottawa Winnipeg game. I watched that game. It was a free game. It was a free game on CFL Plus.
Yes, it is.
It was a free game on CFL Plus.
Look, CFL. If CFL Plus really gets it right and they televise all the games, it's amazing. But I know they got some kinks to work out.
Yeah, they got some kinks to work out. I think they need to get more sponsorships. And that's the thing about the CFL is that they have a great product. They just don't know how to market it correctly. And what can we do to
fix that?
Yeah, our guy Rod Peterson talks about it all the time on his show. He
Rod
talks about
Rod and Moose and Darren.
Rod and Moose. They talk about how the CFL is a great product.
Yep.
They can get the young people into it by engaging with the local junior football leagues and local flag leagues.
Yes. Yes.
But they can also market the game better with their stars. They have stars. They have star players. They just don't market them because it's this. I don't know what it is. It's probably a Canadian thing where they put the team over the player.
Yeah.
You see that in hockey all the time, but it's just not hockey. This is football.
But at this point in time, if you really, really want to compete for an audience, and remember the NFL is seeping into the Canadian audience now because our good friend Rod Peterson talks NFL also, you gotta use your stars. And they had a golden opportunity. They had a golden opportunity last year when Nathan Rourke was setting the CFL on fire after the first 4 weeks. Oh, they could have cinched in. Injury or not. They're two big stars last year. Nathan Rourke before he went down with an injury, and the MVP Zach Collaros. And now you have another one in Chad Kelly, and Chad Kelly is just
oh my gosh, Chad Kelly,
and he wears the same number. He's wearing the same number as Nathan Rourke, which is 12. Okay,
he's one and the same number as his uncle.
There's your Jim Kelly,
Jim
Machine Gun, and I love Jim Kelly.
Me too.
See, listen, when the Bills played on television, it's like, okay, the Bill, and I lived in Chicago. Okay, the Bills are on NBC. I want to see Jim Kelly. And my mother's like, what about the Bears? F the Bears. Jim Kelly's on.
Yeah, right.
And she says, why don't you watch the Bears? For the simplest of reasons, the other teams that I love actually have something the Bears never will have. She says, what's that? A quarterback.
Yeah. Been searching for one since Jim McMahon.
My mother asked me for years, even after the 85 season, my mother asked me for years, why do you like the 49ers? You're from Chicago. I said, Mom, the reason is simple. Joe Montana. Montana hit Dwight Clark in the back of the end zone, and that sold me forever.
One more point about the CFL before I go.
Yeah.
The other thing that the CFL has, they're competing with not only the USFL, but also the XFL. And I remember in 2021 when I was on the Rod Peterson show, we brushed on this very briefly. But there was supposedly going to be a partnership between the XFL and the CFL, and that fizzled out, and that made me angry. That made me angry, but it just made me. It frustrated me as a football fan because I wanted to see like a kind of not so much a merger, but just a partnership between the two. And now the XFL has that partnership with the NFL as a development system. But in a way, the USFL is also a development system. So they're competing. Right. They're competing with with not one but two leagues now, spring leagues now, and they got to find themselves a way to separate themselves from those two other leagues, and say, listen, as much talent as the United States has, as the USFL has, and the XFL has, we also have the same kind of talent. Come check us out. Look at our stars. Look at our star players. Here's our team.
The biggest part of it is CFL Plus now. The biggest part is going to be CFL Plus, because if you make the CFL available to the folks in the US, they'll watch. I know you and I both know many people who love the CFL.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Doug Flutie was my gateway drug.
There you go. Same.
Yeah.
Same. I mean, I saw BC Place for the first time, and I'm like, where the hell is this? And hooked. And then Doug Flutie set the CFL on fire with 3 different teams.
BC, and Calgary, and Toronto.
And then there's the legend of Warren Moon. Okay, Warren Moon played at the University of Washington, blew the CFL to bits, then blew the NFL to bits with his ability. Same with Doug Flutie. Doug Flutie was my gateway to the CFL.
Yep. Doug Flutie was my gateway to football, period.
They have the ability. They have the ability to really market this. And I mean seriously market this.
Yeah. But they don't.
No,
I don't know why. And I don't know why. It's really
they made the smart move. They made the smart move in going with CFL Plus and making the games available to people in the US, because people in the US are cutting the cord by the millions.
Mm-hmm.
I am part of a family where we cut the cord with our original carrier.
Cut the cord too.
We cut the
cord for years.
Listen, streaming services are where it's at. And what we do, you would know credentials required. Then there's stuck in my mind. There's the outfit that I do here, Cole Sports. The streaming is where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
The streaming is where it's at. And my buddy Jason Joseph, play-by-play with JJ, told me something that is so true. The time has come for us to do our own play-by-play with different sports.
You want an alternate? Do you hate the announcers that are currently on TV? Come check out an alternate stream with just as good, if not better, play-by-play.
Mm-hmm. Much better. And for me, coming off the health issues that I've had the last 2 years, I'm at home, I'm in studio. You know, I pay a small price for a streaming service, and I get the games that I want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you pay $10 a month. You pay $10 a month for NFL Plus. You get Red Zone.
Yep.
And you get to stream any game you want. You get to listen to the radio call of any game you want. And you get the same game the next day without the commercials. It's the condensed version.
And look, and I'm very good friends with one of the radio announcers, of course, Matt Taylor, the voice of the Colts, who I plan to meet for lunch one day soon. When we get our other vehicle, I'm going to call Matt and I'm going to go do an interview with him live and stream the damn thing.
There you go.
I plan to meet a lot of announcers. One of my other favorites, Robert Ford, voice of the Astros. Love talking to him. Love talking to Dave Sims, television voice of the Seattle Mariners.
I want to try to get Bill Spalding from the Devils stream, the Devils MSG play-by-play guy. I want to try to get him on. I have connections.
Leave that to me. I'm going to reach out to a lot.
I actually have a friend has got a personal connection with him, so we're
you
good.
Get him on, send him to me. I want him on too, because I want to interview some hockey announcers. All right, I know you got to go, and we're running behind. But that's Coffee with McCarthy. Joining us every Monday morning. You never know when you get the espresso. You never know when you're going to get the espresso McCoffee, but it's fun when we have him here. I love you, brother. Thank you so much. What do you have coming up next?
Tonight, 8 p.m., we're reviewing King Richard. And let's just put it this way. I do want to slap Will Smith now. We're also going to talk about the 3 big free agent running backs who are out there, and we're going to discuss who gets signed first. And we're going to play some questions with Humans Guys Night Edition. So tune in 8 p.m. tonight, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Come find us. Have some fun with us.
I got to get Dustin on the program too. I got to get Dustin and go one-on-one. And I got an announcement coming up here real quick. Like I said, we're running behind.
So apparently Wise missed the gift. Let me bring it back out. This is Wise's swear jar for whatever he slipped up on whenever he slips up on Snowman in the morning. This is your swear jar now, Wise. So you owe me 5 cents for every swear he has. Every time you mess up. Or $5 because
I may need that swear. I may need that swear jar myself. Thank you, brother. Love you. We'll do it again next week.
See you guys.
Oh, Lord. Ryan McCoffey, as he joins us every Monday. I'm running way behind. It's 7 minutes after the hour. We'll take you to hour 2 when we get back.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
If you talk, they will hear you.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. And we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. Not just one time, but every chance we get. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids not only need to know the dangers and how to avoid them, they need to hear it often from you. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids and guide them through the challenges of growing up safe and healthy. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
So talk, they hear you. You can do it if you try.
He was only 58 years old when he passed away. That outcome could have been different.
Colorado happens to be one of the worst states for radon levels.
It's in our ground, and it seeps up.
The more you breathe radon, the more chance you have of DNA being hit and the cell mutated. The EPA estimates 22,000 lung cancer deaths a year caused by radon.
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
Alex is just...
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular. Ryan McCoffey now joins us this morning.
That's what you need to do to beat Josh Allen. You need to make him uncomfortable.
Hour 2, time for some Spivey notes. And here's Jay.
Well, I know he's only in his 3rd year, but they're just wasting Justin Herbert.
Hour 2,
the hardest working content creator I know, the playmaker.
Hey, LeBron James, the greatest scorer of all time. Hey.
Hour 2,
the one, the only Christopher Dietz.
They rewarded Ohio State for not playing, and they punished USC for playing.
Hour 2, Sam Shady.
Oh, man. It's been a roller coaster ride if you were a Philadelphia Stars fan.
Hour 2, that's Big Ben, the man in charge of the BS3 network.
And if I see Kurt 2 Chainz Cousins out.
Hour 2, Chris Bay's joining us.
Oh my God! Oh, this game! Oh, way to go, Sammy!
Hour 2, was El Jefe.
Oh man, I thought I missed it.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular, and it starts right now. You're damn right. It's hour 2 of Snowman in the Morning. Welcome back. Thank you to Ryan McCarthy, a.k.a. Ryan McCoffey, joining us as he always does this morning. And here is Wise's reaction to that swear jar. Of course, Cool McCain, Danger is his business, Flutie Flakes. Yep, I remember Flutie Flakes. God knows I remember. Cold Iron 0727 says, good morning. And seriously, Larry joining us. He says, hey to you, man. Okay, I'm going off the board here. First, attention sports fans, if you're looking for the ultimate gear and sports apparel to show your team pride, look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams, from jerseys to hats, accessories to collectibles. Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics, officially licensed everything. And also, we're presented by Recruiting Giants. Our mission is to connect exceptional talent with exceptional companies. We strive to provide innovative and tailored staffing solutions to help organizations build successful teams. By leveraging our expertise and extensive network of industry professionals, we aim to drive growth, foster long-term partnerships, and positively impact the success of both our clients and candidates. We are dedicated to delivering exceptional service, exceeding expectations, and becoming the preferred staffing partner for businesses looking to recruit top talent. For more information, email Mark Zanetto at info@recruitinggiants.com or call 336-587-3659. That's 336-587-3659. Recruiting Giants, where talent meets opportunity. Okay, I have a question, and it goes like this. Why isn't Roger Craig in the Hall of Fame? I know this is totally off schedule, but I got to do this. I got to do this. They released the semifinal. The senior committee released the semifinalists for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and it included Roger Craig yet again. The last 3 times he's gotten as far as being one of the semifinalists, but never getting beyond that point. Why is that? Well, let me do this properly and put it inside this. Snowman Seg brought to you by Fanatics, officially licensed everything. Listen. If you, and I've said this before, and I will say it again, if you can celebrate Marshall Faulk, and I love Marshall Faulk, who had a 1,000 season with his election into the Hall of Fame, why can't you do it for the man who originated the 1,000 season? Why can't you do it for the person who was the first to have a 1,000 season? And that is Roger Craig. 1985. No one ever did it before him. Not Walter Payton, not Earl Campbell, not Billy Sims. None of those great backs did. But a second-round draft pick from Nebraska by the name of Roger Craig did. Now, the chief reason that I have been given, 2 chief reasons that I have been given by some of my good friends in the industry, some of my good friends who are insiders for me, said that a fumble in the 1990 NFC Championship his fumble in the NFC Championship will keep him out. Really? You're going to keep Roger Craig, one of the best running backs to ever play the game, out of the Hall of Fame because of that? Because of that. That's stupid. That's unfair. That's some other people have told me that it's because of who else was in that vaunted 49er offense. Montana, Rice. I understand why people think that way, but don't you know one of the key components of this offense was Roger Craig? He was one of the key components of the offense, and they still won't honor him. Seriously, Larry says Craig doesn't have the career numbers, but he has the first 1,000 season, and he's got 3 Super Bowl rings. See, people tell me all the time that I need to look at career numbers. I do. But at the same time, I look at impact. And Roger Craig had an impact at the running back position, especially being able to do something the Niners running backs have done all throughout the time the West Coast offense was instituted by the godfather of the West Coast offense and Bill Walsh. And that is catch the ball out of the backfield. The other thing is he ran the ball great. He ran the football. See, the West Coast offense was predicated not on passing but running the football. And Roger Craig did that well. He and Tom Rathman. And I think Tom Rathman should get a nod. But it's totally unfair that because he doesn't have the career numbers, or because he fumbled he had a key fumble in the 1990 NFC Championship game, that they're keeping him out of the Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I bring to you the man in charge of Cool Sports with the Z, the one, the only, Cole Johnson. Good morning, brother.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Really?
Good morning, everybody. What?
Really?
What did I do?
Really? Of all the buttons you have available to you, of all the buttons you have available to you, you're going to push that one?
Well, it was twofold.
Shut up.
See, it was twofold.
Shut up.
Well, on the one hand, yes, I agree with you. It's a crime and a shame that Roger Craig is not in the Hall of Fame, and yes, it was word that came down.
What's the other hand?
He was going to be basically a semifinalist for it. The other is it wasn't on the docket.
It is now.
I know. It's why. Moan him! Look, I already know how you get. Whenever anybody mentions to you Roger Craig and Hall of Fame, I know that's about 15 minutes of why you want to burn down Canton.
I'd say it in a way I saw in a popular movie that Anthony Anderson was in when he worked at a shop similar to White Castle, but I won't say it that way.
Not similar to White Castle.
I knew you'd catch on to that. I knew you'd catch on to that. But I saw the semifinal list and couldn't help it.
I figured.
I couldn't help it.
Mm-hmm. I figured you'd not.
I love you, Carlos Alcaraz, but I couldn't help it.
I figured you'd not want to talk about the men's tennis changing the guard. But I figured it might be a good story to talk about. But yes, I understand Roger Craig not being in the Hall of Fame, and he's been retired 30 years and it still sits in your craw. I get why this would be something you would want to talk about.
Why is that wicked smile on your face?
What wicked smile?
That one. Anyway. Pro Football Hall of Fame, get it right. That's Snowman's take. What's yours? Of all the buttons available to you,
no, it's like
you had to push. Wait, where is it? You had to push this one. I mean, you could have pushed this one.
You fool!
This one.
The following is a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe.
Boston.
This has been a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe.
This one.
The following is a public service announcement from David 3000.
Yankees suck.
This has been a public service announcement from David 3000.
This one. This one.
I don't remember asking you a thing.
This one.
I'm getting too old for this.
Or the one you usually push on Monday when you come in.
Mm-hmm.
This one. Which is the one you also usually push for the annual, what do you call it? Annual and LeBron's annual end of season service.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But see, okay, so I lied. It was actually three-pronged. I mentioned, yes. I agree it's an L that Roger Craig is in the Hall of Fame. Yes, this was not this was not on the docket, but there is a third reason why I put
and that is?
It is because my tongue can't do this. Because we take this job so serious.
The f*** is that? Sorry, pardon me. My apologies.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
Fair enough.
And I figured you would get that too.
Way ahead of you, partner. Way ahead of you. Richard Sherman emerges as a candidate to replace Shannon Sharp on Undisputed. God help us.
Woo-hoo.
We'll be back in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
I'm in another lane. I'm a different breed. I'm everything you can never be. I'm next level. Next level.
Thursday nights are wrestling night on CSTV. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific to see all the amazing Next Level Pro Wrestling stars on Thursday Night Throwdown on CSTVNow.com and the CSTV app on your Roku device.
PK Tire Pro is your one-stop on-the-spot auto service headquarters for a complete line of quality tires and auto services. For years, we have provided the Stockton, California area with the latest products and unprecedented services for everything we sell. And for years, our customers have been coming back. Take a look around. If you don't find what you need, visit us in Stockton, California. From the latest and best in tire technology to the services required to keep your vehicle looking good and running great, PK Tire Pros can get you out on the road quickly and at an affordable price. Stop by soon to see why so many people consider PK Tire Pros to be the one-stop shop for all of their tire needs. At PK Tire Pros, our friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service professionals, and affordable prices all come together to make driving out on a new set of tires easy. On top of that, we never tire of tires. Stop by and see us, and you'll be glad you did.
because we take this job so serious.
The f is that? Sorry, pardon me. My apologies.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
"28 after the hour. Jay Spivey on the way in 7 minutes. Wise El Jefe.
Good morning, my mentality brother.
When he did that, and that happened live. That happened live. Cole just got a hold of it and somewhat corrected it. But you know this to be true. When you see something, sometimes your tongue can't help itself.
Yeah.
Every doggone Wednesday, if that tells you anything.
Yeah. You just get taken to a different place. I get it. I fully understand that.
Speaking of a different place, a candidate to replace Shannon Sharpe is Richard Sherman.
Really?
Okay. I have 2 questions.
Okay. Well, let's address them.
A, by a show of hands, who saw this coming? And B, why are they trying to keep the same narrative?
All right. What narrative are you claiming they're trying to keep? You mean the one where a show that is midday in the morning and sports related has to be 2 fools who act ignorant and argue with each other, having to scream over one another?
Yep. You see the look on my face, don't you?
Mm-hmm. You mean the narrative of you love to have others actually say about your program. Well, let me see. You would love to have others say about the program, quote, "Oh, those two hate each other," close quote.
Go on.
While they're actually probably after the wrap up, they probably have a drink or have lunch. Another scenario would be that instead of being intelligent and they pontificate on their topics and they elocute their points perfectly, and they do so from a manner and perspective of a journalistic integrity and a calmness. They have to say everything like this, all 2 hours long.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll give you a bonus. Why are they keeping Skip Bayless?
Well, Skip Bayless, he is on the hook for 2 more years at Fox. And from what I can understand, he can call his own shot with them. Still. Even now, even with the Shannon Sharpe debacle, he still can call his own shot at Fox. Well, Fox Sports.
Okay. Then I will throw this out there.
All right.
They're really too chicken you-know-what to put a real sports show like the one we do on there. Because we actually, tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Because we actually, do research.
Mm-hmm.
Because we actually love each other on and off camera.
Mm-hmm.
Because we actually give a damn about each other on and off camera.
Mm-hmm. And we don't have any axes to grind, real or imagined.
No. I had a dear friend text me over the weekend saying, "I'm watching out for you and your growth, but you need to lessen your stranglehold on your hatred of LBJ." And I had to explain to this friend, listen, I'm not judging the man. I'm not judging the man for what he does off the floor. I judge him by what he does on the floor.
Hatred?
And it's not. I'm going to say this once, and I'll save the rest for Wednesday. This is not hatred at all.
Now, of course, we have.
Hatred.
Now, of course, we have fun with it, and we call you a hater.
We have a blast.
Yeah,
we have a blast. But this ain't hatred.
No, the moment I knew
fun.
The moment I knew you were able to say, yeah, he actually could be the greatest athlete that's ever set foot on the basketball court. I'm like, okay, he's not hatred. Okay.
I said I've always said he's a fabulous athlete. I never will stray away from that. And here goes one. Sing it.
Use a troll. Use a troll. Use a troll. Why says that use a troll? And he says haterade all day. Oh man.
I'll run with that joke and say by the gallon. Time for some Spivey notes presented by Fanatics.
Oh, and Skip, sail into the sunset and retire. Oh, more on this next episode of Mentality. Get ready, Wise.
I love. The Invader Coffee guest line. It's Jay Spivey with some Spivey notes. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
I'm
doing
good, man.
All right.
Okay,
now
let's just. I'm just gonna go ahead and dive in and take us off the rails in a hurry. Being a former resident of North Carolina, everybody in North Carolina is abuzz about Bryce Young, and I only have one question.
Why?
Well, listen, I'm an Alabama fan. I mean, I would love watching Alabama pretty much every Saturday. I like him. I like him as a person. I like him as a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like you and I were talking, the three of us were talking a week or two ago. Who's he going to throw to? Who are his linemen?
Yeah, but say he's probably going to throw the air or any opposing defensive back.
As sorry as the NFC South is, for people
And
to
it is
talk
bad.
about, are they going to win the division?
With that,
Are they going to win the division? Even in that sorry division.
they're projecting them. Listen.
Well,
I know.
Before we continue,
Yes, sir.
Bishop Bullwinkle, will the Carolina Panthers win the NFC South in 2023?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
Who actually thinks they can win that division? Oh Lord, fine, I'll do it anyway. That doesn't make sense to me, Jay.
Doesn't make sense to me either.
Even if you are,
it is easily the worst division in the NFL, and they
no debating that. No debating that at all.
None.
Mm-mm. It is the worst in football. It is the worst in football, and almost by a country mile is the worst in football.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The only other one even close to it is the AFC South.
Exactly.
Yes.
But at least the Jaguars, you see a team that's on the ascent.
Yes.
Yep. That's you see the Jaguars are getting it right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Jaguars are getting it right, and it's their division. It's
now their division lose, right? It's now their
Okay?
division to lose. Mm-hmm.
It's their division. It's their division to lose. Who actually? Okay, I'll go ahead and say it out loud and call me a troll, NFC South fans, if you must. But who actually wants to win that division?
Oh gosh. Yeah, because they'll be a number 4. They'll be number 4 seed, and they'll get trampled on whichever team that is probably either the Cowboys, the 49ers, the Eagles, the Giants, or any team that is a contender for the NFC crown that does not win the division.
I forgot who it was, and forgive me for I really don't remember who it was. But last week I heard somebody on that 4-letter network say that watch out for the Falcons, and I was like, the Falcons.
Wait, hit me anyway. Doggone it.
With what team?
They have nobody.
With
what team?
Skill players there. Again, who is their quarterback?
I mean, Desmond Ritter is I mean, he has signs and he shows glimpses, but
it's serviceable.
I mean, he's wet behind the ears still. And people think the Falcons and he's going to lead the team.
No.
They're going to win the NFC. Really?
No.
Wow.
Hey, Bishop Bullwinkle, do the Falcons even have a chance in hell to win the NFC South?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
I'll say it again. Who actually wants to win that division?
I would have to say just by, I don't know. The Saints have to be the favorite.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's say the Saints by default.
The Saints have to be the favorite with their addition of Derek Carr. Now, listen, I did something earlier in the show, and I want to get Jay's take on this. And if y'all don't know, Jay and I have been friends almost 3 years. He tells it like it is. I love when he tells it like it is, even when it concerns teams that I follow, teams that I'm an insider for, aka the 49ers. And he does not mince word. That's the kind of guest that we have on the show, and that's the kind of guest we will always have on the show. But I did a list of 11 teams whose Super Bowl window is closing or has closed. One of the teams that is on this list is the, God help me, Denver Broncos. I'm going to sit back and let Jay have fun with that.
Listen, Sean Payton is a great coach, but are you telling me he's going to completely do a 180 with a team that was just dreadful last year?
Remember.
They were the number 11 team on that list.
Yeah.
They were the number 11 team on that list.
Yes.
Remember, people think that Sean Payton is a quarterback whisperer, which I'm thinking to myself, the only quarterback that played well under him is Drew Brees.
It's Drew Brees. It's Drew Brees. That's it. Okay. And remember, Sean Payton was the offensive coordinator for
the Giants.
And
the Cowboys, I think.
Giants. For the New York Giants. Okay? And then there's the number 2 team on that. Go ahead, Jay.
I'll preface it by saying they will be better. They can't help but not be better.
Right.
I mean, they were horrible.
Yeah, the Broncos will be better. Yes, I agree.
And I think having him will make a big difference. But to go from where they went to winning, even having a chance in the Super Bowl,
not in that division.
And listen, I am a Russell Wilson fan, but
not
he
in
had
that
a
division.
Horrible year last year.
Yeah.
Horrible year last year.
Horrible.
I am too, Jay. And it was painful to watch how horrible a season he had last year in Denver.
It was terrible.
Painful.
Here's the part that no one seems to get except us, except the fans that actually watch the game. You know what's going to cost Russell Wilson? The same thing that cost Russell Wilson the last 6 years he was in Seattle. And it's
like
in the
offensive
form
line?
of 3 simple words. No offensive line.
One other thing that's kind of trickled into him, at least into his head, he's got some arrogance into him lately. He didn't really have the first however many years in Seattle, where he didn't think he needed to work as hard as some of the guys, or he was better than some of the other guys, or whatever.
Yeah,
nobody's above anybody.
No.
Just because you're an NFL quarterback doesn't mean you're above anybody else.
And even just because you're a Super Bowl winning quarterback doesn't mean you're above everybody else either.
And they gave him an office, for God's sakes, when he got.
And I can sort of see, both of them are strong headed, obviously, but I can sort of see where Pete Carroll's coming from.
Yeah, I can. Totally.
I mean, he did that. Pete Carroll didn't protect him. He had no one to throw to save DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf is still. They want to put DK Metcalf in the upper echelon of receivers, and he doesn't belong there for the simplest of reasons. He's not a good route runner.
But neither truly was Randy Moss, but people love him.
Randy Moss got better with his routes.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't a horrendous route runner, right?
Look, the difference between Randy Moss and DK Metcalf is that when Randy Moss came in, he wasn't a good route runner. But unlike DK Metcalf, he can go get the ball. And as you've said often, Cole, and I love Randy Moss. Okay, Randy Moss, caught my eye at Marshall. But the thing about Randy Moss, you can throw it up there and go get it, and he did. Randy Moss, unlike DK Metcalf, Randy Moss got better with his route running.
Listen, obviously,
route running.
DK Metcalf is an absolute beast, but
he is.
Randy Moss, even as a college freshman at Marshall, he may not have been the best receiver, but
he was the
he has to be at least on the short list of best athletes to ever play the position.
Gifts. Oh my gosh. I have said often, and I still say it even now, the most gifted wide receiver I've ever laid eyes on is Randy Moss.
Was Randy Moss.
Listen, I'm a huge college football fan. I go to college football games all the time.
Yep.
He might be the best college receiver I have ever seen in person. And I've seen a lot of good ones.
Same.
And I won't argue that at all.
I'm not arguing that either. I absolutely love Randy Moss.
I saw him play. I think I saw him play twice at Appalachian when they were in the same conference.
Yeah.
And you couldn't take your eyes away from him.
You can look. He made an impression coming out in warm-ups. He made an impression on the field. He made an impression. With his play. He made an impression, and he left that impression with you. I mean, like you said, Jay, you couldn't take your eyes off Randy Moss. You just couldn't.
I mean, this was 30 years ago. The way they were talking about it
almost 30
this
years
was
ago
way
now.
before social media.
And remember, it was at a time where Marshall hosted 2 national championship games.
Right.
In Huntington, West Virginia, before they commercialized it with Division II, and yes, I'm going to go all the way there. Before they commercialized it with Division II, the best team got to host the national championship.
And to put another cherry on the top of the Randy Moss Sunday, his quarterback, Chad Pennington.
The best quarterback the Jets have had in the last 25 years.
Ryan, I don't think you could debate that. Can you, sir?
And
listen, now that you brought that up, and listen, I'm not a big golfing fan, but I do like to watch the celebrity golf tournament.
Right.
That we just had this past weekend.
Yeah.
All they talked about was Aaron Rodgers and the Jets for 2 days.
Thank you, Cole. Thank you, Cole.
And now they're going to be on Hard Knocks. It is going to be nonstop.
Nonstop for a solid month.
Oh,
not here, because I ain't.
No. I'm talking about Hard Knocks. Nothing but for a month, and then the next 4 from every media outlet known to man.
They're going to be on, and they did bring this up the other day, but they're on national TV a lot this year.
Yes.
For a team that's done nothing.
For a team that did not have an appearance on national TV last year. Not a one.
The Jets only had local games, and when my wife and I had the package, and you know the package I'm talking about that makes you want to cut the cord anyway. When we had that package, that's the only time we saw the Jets. The only time we saw the New York Jets.
Did you really want to watch the Jets?
Hell no, but they didn't give us a choice.
No. When they played the Vikings, they actually played a good game. Now, when they played the Patriots, especially in Foxborough,
They lost on a punt return.
wasted the defense's best performance that year. Allowed only 3 points to a team, and they still took in.
And guys, you can attest to this because I texted both of you this morning. The slobbering of Shohei last night, and what do you think? And because of that,
the continued slobbering.
Opening Monday Night Football game is the Browns and Jets. No, I'm talking about Jets and Bills.
Jets and Bills. Yeah, Bills and Jets.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, only Monday Night Football game is Jets and Bills.
I don't think they'll do this to the extent they did last night, because I've told you guys a million times I hate how ESPN does baseball. I can't stand how they do. They don't even talk about the game. They talk about analytics and all, and they went on and on. They went on about analytics last night. They went on and on about
and Jay made a joke. Jay made a joke to me last night when I selected my next Sunday afternoon game. Jay made the joke to me and said, "Why don't you talk about analytics like ESPN does?" And then Cole, before I could say anything, Cole responded with one of the best lines ever. And when he says, "You want Brian to put himself to sleep on his own broadcast?"
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
So you want Brian to put himself to sleep with his own podcast?
Right. And listen, I don't. After ESPN foolishly got rid of Joe
Morgan,
John Miller,
Jim Miller.
They were great together.
Great tandem. Great tandem.
As they got rid of that tandem, I stopped watching.
You're a wise man.
I mean, I love baseball, but it's gotten to the point where if I watch on Sunday night, I'll mute it.
And look, and I like Carl Ravitch, but I'm thinking to myself,
I don't.
Ravitch as no, as a baseball guy, but Ravitch as a play-by-play person, no.
He's more of a studio guy.
He's a studio guy. He's baseball tonight.
Well, let's face it.
He is baseball tonight, exactly.
Now that ESPN is tightening the purse strings again,
hard.
They got a guy who is a really good baseball announcer, despite what a lot of people think, who's making $5 million a year announcing football. How about helping them announce some baseball game? Joe Buck is just sitting there doing nothing.
And I had predicted that Joe Buck would be the new voice of Sunday Night Baseball.
Say that. You did say that. I remember that.
When he signed the contract when he and Troy signed the contract to go to ESPN, which is crazy to me, but I'll talk about that this afternoon. When he signed the contract to go to ESPN, I immediately thought they're going to bring him in as the new Sunday Night Baseball voice because of his years. Because of his years doing Major League Baseball for Fox, which covers 25 years, I think.
At least. Yeah.
25 years. And he did the Game of the Week, Major League Baseball on Fox. Because when Fox first got the contract, Joe Buck was merely 2 years in doing NFL football.
Right.
Because he started in 1994 when they landed the NFL package.
Right.
And he still split time between doing the NFL, covering the St. Louis Cardinals with his dad, Jack Buck, and he became the lead voice for Major League Baseball. So I immediately thought, okay, they got Joe Buck. They got one of the best in the business. They're going to hand him the Major League Baseball deal.
They should.
And they won't.
Carl Ravitch supposed to know where the bodies are buried because Joe Buck is a far better announcer than Carl Ravitch is.
And Joe Buck made his living doing baseball, covering the St. Louis Cardinals.
And that's his first love. You know it is.
Baseball has always been his first love because
when you're the son of Jack Buck, you better believe you're a baseball fan.
How many times in the booth did we, or the folks that kind of do research now, and I capitalize the word kind of and I put it in quotes, that do research now, how many of them do you think really found a clip of Joe and Jack in the booth at the same time? Because there are many of them.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard them. I've listened to them when they're on KMOX in St. Louis. Now, why doesn't ESPN? And then Cole, let me come to you first, and let's light up the chat with this question. Cole, I come to you first, as I said. Why doesn't ESPN hand the baseball play-by-play duties to a fellow who has 25 years of experience doing baseball, and that's his first love, and that's Joe Buck? Why don't they give it to him? Why?
I believe they don't give it to Joe because they only think of him as the voice of football now. I mean, they think of him as that, and they want to so badly put that stamp of we want Monday night. Basically with ESPN to treat it as the Donald Trump 2016 campaign, where ESPN wants everybody to put on these hats that says make Monday Night Football great again.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And that is how ESPN is thinking. It's like, okay, we want to brand ESPN being one of those TV shows that we used to say ruled Monday nights in the fall. We want to do that again, and we have the voice to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Joe Buck. And along with him, his tag team partner for the last 20 plus years, Troy Aikman.
21 years.
And listen, it is obvious they have a great chemistry. It's obvious they're really good friends. And they do a really good job.
Oh, gosh, yes. It's no question.
And they finally, after years of many announcers, and finally they do have a better schedule this year. I'll give them that.
Yes. Ryan McCarthy just
we've
did it.
discussed many times on this show before, it's not anywhere close to what it used to be years ago.
Right.
It was an event to be on Monday Night Football.
Of course.
And Monday Night Football
people would much rather be on Sunday Night Football now.
Yeah, we grew up. We grew up with that, and the NFL did that too. The NFL is like, well, ESPN's done a lousy job with Monday Night Football. We want to make Sunday night to be the game of the week.
Absolutely.
That's the NFL that did that.
And they gave ESPN a horrible schedule every year.
Every year.
Yeah.
Every year.
This year it's getting
better this year. There's no question about it.
It's better.
And I think part of that is because who's announcing.
Exactly.
There's no question about that.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the biggest
thing.
thing.
Brian, to go to your original question, I think, like I said again, Carl Rabbit seems to have a hold over somebody at ESPN.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, they don't want to hurt his feelings. And if you look, his son's announcing there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
His son's announcing there too. So, I mean, I don't get it. Joe's just a better announcer. And nothing against the other two guys, but David Cohn is boring. And Eduardo Perez, it's like he's the voice for Hispanic baseball, which is important this day and age. And he's good. He's actually pretty good at it. Yep. But it's just, you get to the point where, listen, an old school fan like me, and I get they're trying to weave in both, but I don't want to hear about analytics all night long.
Exactly. When I did my cast yesterday, I do not rely. They show a graphic of on base percentage and slugging percentage. I don't care about that. What's his batting average? How many home runs does he hit? How many runs has he driven in?
They actually had a stat on last night when the Astros. Colorado, you're an Astros fan.
Mm-hmm.
When the Astros came in and the Angels blew the lead in the eighth inning, and took the lead, they actually had a graph up that showed the ups and downs like a roller coaster of what the percentage chance of winning was.
Oh my
and at the time when they took a 2-run lead, it was 100%, and then it kept dipping. We can't figure that out with our own eyes and ears.
Well, I guess ESPN pegs us old school fans of being completely senile and stupid. Because if you look at some of the NBA games they had in the 2015-2016 season, and Cole, you're going to love this. when they would show those games on ABC and ESPN, they lit up the 3-point line.
Oh,
I'm not kidding. They made it red.
Yeah,
to
I remember
show
that.
they would highlight it. Yeah,
I remember
they would
that.
highlight
they
it.
highlighted the 3-point line. I wish I was making this up. I wasn't.
You weren't.
I guess it's ESPN trying to dumb down the fans or attempt, and I highlight the word attempt, to bring in the young fans who don't pay attention for a full game anyway.
It was basically their attempt of a basketball attempt of like highlighting in football the first down line.
Yeah.
Well,
It
since you brought up ESPN and NBA, I'll go to the contract they have with NBA.
Mm-hmm. Which is ridiculous as
Horrible.
it is.
You could tell, by the way, other than the fact that's on ABC, ESPN, and the finals, TNT gets far better games.
Yes,
far better games.
Far better games, and they
better.
And they treat the coverage better too. So yeah,
and the studio is not even close to the NBA. It's a million times better than ESPN studio.
Any in studio basketball program that ESPN has can't lay a finger on inside the NBA.
No,
cannot lay a finger on it.
And I've been hooked on inside the NBA for 40 years. I've been hooked on inside the NBA for 40 years.
I fully admit I'm not a huge NBA fan, but I watch it a lot. The NBA on TNT is phenomenal.
It is.
It is a great TV show.
I do, Larry.
Anybody remember the glowing hockey puck? This is when Fox had.
I do.
I remember that.
I do.
And they
remember it too.
That in. I mean, the enhancements are absolutely ridiculous, and we're running out of time. So that's Jay Spivey and the Spivey notes. Jay, can I have you Tuesday afternoon? And
I can probably work that out.
Good, because I want the first hour Tuesday afternoon to be you and I talking about the craziness of how sportscasting has gone. All right, so I will make sure I get you the time and everything. So I'll have Jay on, and we'll kill the first hour Tuesday afternoon. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate you coming on, buddy.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
You too, man.
You got to slate that subject for tomorrow for both shows, because there's so much we can dive into.
We're talking about just sports broadcasting in general.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we can. Oh boy, there's so much from. And good morning to the Godfather.
Good morning,
and
Godfather.
That right there.
Well, here's the thing about that, Ryan. Because they signed Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, Disney's trying to put Monday Night Football back on ABC. They tried to do that last year. So
yeah, and they split it.
But exactly, they would simulcast it.
It was simulcast. Yeah. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. They simulcast it. Why? Mm-hmm. Just put it on ABC and be done with it. And listen, I said this yesterday, and I will say it again today. The worst kept secret was when ESPN and ABC got in bed with Disney. ESPN courted ABC. Disney courted ESPN, I beg your pardon.
Disney courted ESPN, yeah.
Disney courted ESPN for 15 years, from 1984 through 1999.
Well, you remember, it's funny, Jay being a Braves fan, ESPN would televise a lot of spring training games from where Disney would be.
Yes, in Orlando, Florida.
In Orlando. Mm-hmm.
The beginning of a horrible courtship. We're out of time. We better get out of here, because if we keep going on this subject, it'll be 3:00 and I won't even know it. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for listening. If you're on the YouTube channel, subscribe, like, and share. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you,
And they are simply not big enough. Thank you, Muhammad Ali.
Thank you. Dream big, do bigger. We are. We hope y'all are too. And thanks to the folks at BS3 TV and CSTV for watching as well. We are out of here, and we will see y'all tomorrow. Out.